Let me quickly start with you, David. When we talk about financial crime, what are we actually talking about?
Well, we're talking about being one step from failure. And I say that because it is estimated that only 1% of the funds running through the system from illicit activity are actually stopped. It's a shocking figure. And therefore, all of the money that we're spending on financial crime fight, on the technology and other areas, isn't really been effective. And we've got to find a way of business and public partnerships working together with government internationally to address it.
What are the main challenges from the law enforcement side?
Well, we just got to get the banking sector, the regulators, law enforcement much better integrated around this. As David says, shockingly low figures about how the system is running at the moment. We need to use the intelligence that we know in our community, drive that through the banking industry in order we go after the guys that really matter. What the challenges around the way in which the regulations are inflexible and don't allow for the best information sharing.
What about the sorts of tools, the additional tools that the likes of Europol need to get this stuff done? I mean, we talk about partnerships, that's one thing, and you talk about regulation, but you need other stuff to make this happen.
Well, the design of the system is there. You know, for 30 years we have these well-developed regulations. We're on to the fifth anti-money laundering directive in the EU. So the legislation is there that banks are committing billions of dollars a year in effort to comply with the regime. We just need to tweak that regime in a better way. What I need are regulations that better allow the sharing of data and the ability for us to coordinate it on an international level.
So you're going to be putting pressure on policymakers here in Davos this week?
Yes, and I'll be meeting with 25 of the CEOs of the biggest global banks.
But the policymakers as well, right?
Well, that's where we have to talk. You know, the central bankers, the policymakers, and the regulators as well.
What are our clients, David, saying about what we're doing and the general context here?
They're saying it's getting harder. The world's becoming more fractured, regulations becoming more fractured, and whilst there's really good signs of cooperation, for example in the UK, in the GMLIT, the money laundering and information sharing, needs to be done on an international level. And unfortunately, international cooperation is becoming less and worse, not easier, and hence this needs to be addressed at a global level. The criminals are global. They ignore the borders, and they're connected across countries.
And how are we working with our clients to make things easier for them? Throw out a couple of specific things we're doing.
Well, we're trying to make those connections. We're trying to act as a utility where we can invest with researchers, with machine learning and other areas. We've been doing this for 18 years. We've upgraded the systems to use the latest technology to hand to our clients. Here's the intelligence that you need that is uniformly addressed across countries, across borders, that they can then use to get those networks and figure out, where's this money coming from and where's it going and who's owning it.
Very quick final question to you, Rob. Are we in a better place now than we were last year at this time? And we've talked a lot about it. You and I have talked about it. The three of us have talked about it.
We've talked for 30 years about following the money, and we've got a 1% success rate. It's crazy. People like David, myself, helping to call that out now and create already, I think, a changing mindset, and that's where it really starts.
All right. Appreciate your time, both of you. Rob Wainwright from Europol, David Craig from our Financial and Risk Division. That was Answers On financial crime. I'm Axel Threlfall.